Hey everyone, welcome to Q&A. So today, Manuel writes, they just made me a manager where I work. What can I do to improve my people skills and be more likable? Oh my God, that is a great question. Thank you for asking that. That's really awesome. We're going to talk about how to improve your people skills. Okay, huge topic, but vitally important. Basically, to improve your people skills, what you want to do is make whoever is interacting with you want to interact with you. You want them to enjoy interacting with you. Okay, that's the goal. That's what people skills are geared around. Okay, they're all geared to deliver that result. Okay, so if we want people to enjoy interacting with us, and interaction can mean a conversation face to face, could be on the phone, could be over text or social networking, DM, you know, whatever, or it could be remotely, right? I mean, any kind of interaction you have with people. We want the other person to find it pleasant and we want them to enjoy it. So, how do we do this? Well, number one, we should be pleasant, okay? We need to smile. I mean, I don't know if you call what I'm doing right now a smile, but I'm not scowling, I'm not frowning, I'm not looking bored. I'm trying to look pleasant, right? And that's what you want to do when people come up and talk to you or you have an interaction. You want to look like you're enjoying the interaction. You want to look like you are interested in what they have to say, and you want to look like you're interacting with a friend, right? Someone you like. So that's the whole idea. You need to be polite, you know, just basic manners. Say please, say thank you. These are vitally important to make the other person enjoy interacting with you. You know, you don't want to be rigid and formal. You want to be more warm and friendly, right? Even in formal situations, you know, you still want to appear warm and approachable. That's the idea, right? Those are great people skills. You want the other person to feel good, and you want to make them feel important. Important in the sense that you give them your full attention, okay? You want them to feel good about themselves, and you want them to feel good about interacting with you. So, what a lot of people tell you is to throw a compliment, to give them a compliment. Okay, you want the other person to enjoy talking to you, you give them a compliment. Now that's an oft-repeated thing, and I do recommend it, but there's a little bit of details here that a lot of people miss out when they talk about this. The compliment first of all, it has to be genuine. It has to be something true. It can't be a bogus made-up thing. The other thing is that it can't be non-trivial. A lot of people will say, you know, compliment the other person on their tie or their shirt or something. You know, and it's like, okay, I mean, that's not bad, but, you know, if the other person really cares and is very proud of their shirt and their tie or something, that could work. But, you know, if they're not really thinking about it, that might not have the desired effect. You want to give them a compliment about something that they're proud of and that they think is good, and will make them feel better when they realize that someone has noticed it, okay? For example, if you think hard enough, I'm sure you can find something nice to say about every single person you know, okay, that's non-trivial. So finding what that is and then saying it makes the other person really enjoy interacting with you. For example, you know, you could say, hey, you know, I noticed how yesterday in the meeting, you know, almost everybody was late except for you. You were punctual. And it's really great to see people that still value punctuality. Most people don't, you know, and I think it's great, you know, so way to go. You know, something like that. Obviously the person, well, maybe not obviously, but presumably the person, you know, is proud of that quality because they're doing it. And it's very flattering that someone noticed that and is calling them out on them and praising them for it. So that would be the idea of a compliment, okay? So there's a bit more details there. Now, if you are having a conversation with people, okay, to have great people skills, one really good tip is, you know, if you're in a conversation, don't talk all about yourself, okay? People get turned off by people who talk all about themselves all the time, right? What you need to do is ask, as much as possible, ask them about them, okay? ask them about something that they will probably enjoy talking about. So if you're having a business conversation of some kind and somebody has worked very hard on a project and you ask them how that project is going, like, how's that project, you know? And then you just keep asking them questions like, did you have any issues with it? What was the biggest issue? You know, how did you overcome that? You know, chances are they will have a lot to say because they've been dealing with it for a long time, and they will enjoy talking about it because someone else is interested in their project, right? That makes them feel important, and they will enjoy the interaction. And while they're telling you their story, okay, you've asked them about something and they start talking, you need to do active listening. So don't just sit there like with a blank expression on your face, you know. Active listening. First of all, look like you're interested, and then if you've never heard of active listening before, the short version is you want to signal back to them that you are indeed listening and you are, you know, you're not daydreaming about something else. You're understanding every word they say. So a great way to do that is to ask questions. You know, you'd say like, "Oh, so did he catch the bus? Like that he was running for a bus. Did he get it?" You know, that would signal that yes, I am listening to you and I am understanding everything you're saying. And I'm, you know, so that's what active listening is. So make sure you do active listening. Okay, it's also an opportunity to ask even more questions to sort of add fuel to the fire, and you know they will keep talking. So what else is there? Well, another, I mean, maybe coming back to the politeness thing, say thank you. I know I said that earlier, but that bears repeating. A lot of people really don't do this as much as they should anymore. Send a thank you note. If you're in a job interview situation, if this is a formal job interview type situation, send a thank you note and do the compliment thing in the thank you note. Say, I really enjoyed, you know, how, you know, our conversation on this and you telling me about this. I learned quite a lot, you know, something like that, right? You give a genuine compliment in there. It makes people feel good. They will enjoy the interaction with you, and they will look forward to the prospect of interacting with you in the future. By the way, it's funny because a lot of people who have jobs, what I've noticed over the last 25 years is that a lot of people seem to develop a defense mechanism against being approachable and doing a lot of these things, because if they, whether this is true or imagined, they think that, oh, if I become too pleasant and approachable, what happens is everybody approaches me and they take up my time, and that leaves less time for me to do my job. So if I want more time to do my job and I want people to leave me alone so I can do my work, I should be a little bit off-putting so that people don't come to me with their problems. They don't come to me with their questions, right? This is a very real syndrome. And so a lot of people develop this. And I got to tell you, my personal recommendation would be to resist that. Because although that might give you some short-term gain, it hurts you long-term. It hurts your career. It hurts, you know, your relationships. So I would advise against that, okay? If you find that that's happening a little bit with you, try and push back against it. Because although it takes time and an effort to be polite and to be welcoming and approachable, the advantages far outweigh the drawbacks in the long term. That would be my advice to people that are experiencing that. Now, all these things, all these sort of recommendations that I mentioned for having good people skills, why are these good? Okay, number one, they help your career. Okay, like I mentioned, you know, if this is a formal job interview type situation, very, very often, you know, you get two candidates that are both qualified, and you have to do a tiebreaker, and the tiebreaker often is people skills. It's how likable the candidates are. You know, the hiring manager asks themselves, which one of these two candidates would I prefer to work with? You know, when it comes down to the soft skills, like people skills. So that's why they're important. Number two, these will help your influencing abilities and your leadership abilities. So like Manuel, you said in your question, if you're a manager now, this will help you be a more effective manager. Okay, people will respect you more. People will listen to you more. You will be much more aware of what's going on because people will be more inclined to share information with you and interact with you. This will help you in your personal life. It'll help you make friends. I mean, it'll help you build your network. In a business situation, it'll help you get customers. This is very important for many reasons. And just to end off, the way this was sort of taught to me many, many years ago, originally, was the professor that was teaching this. I don't remember everything they said, but they used the example of the Victorian gentleman. Okay, back in the Victorian era, and presumably in Great Britain, and the idea of the gentleman, gentleman, was this idea that you're a person who puts everyone around you at their ease. You don't make anyone feel awkward or bad about themselves. You put everyone at their ease and you make everyone feel comfortable and pleasant. So that's basically everything I've learned and everything I've seen being the CEO of a company, going through business school, consulting with multiple companies and entrepreneurs and teaching in universities. Everything I've ever seen, it's just basically locked off that idea of putting everyone around you at ease so that they feel good and making them feel important and pleasant and make them look forward to interacting with you. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. If you can master this stuff, you will go far. Okay? You can add these to any skill set to really take your abilities over the top and reach your potential. Okay? So thank you for this question. A+ question. Thanks for everyone who's watching. And you guys are awesome, each and every one of you. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.